What's up, y'all? It's me, Shahira, the Big Boat Rider, and I have a trip coming up this weekend to Miami, so I need to do a quick install for a wig. So I'm gonna go from this to this. Fine as hell, y'all. So if you are interested in seeing how I achieve this look with this bomb ass install, then just keep watching, y'all, and we'll go ahead and get started right now. Okay, y'all, so this pretty twist wig came in burgundy lace. I got this one right from a beauty supply store right down the street from me on Gallatin Pike here in Nashville, Tennessee. The retail price was $140, but I got it on sale for $99. You can see the lace part, and it comes with the 2 clips in the front and the 1 clip in the back and the little band. So I'm gonna use these wig cap in light skinned it, of course, because I am a very light skinned it, of course, and the scalp on this has to pop and match my face color as much as possible. Of course, once you see me put this lace front on, you will see that the lace does not actually match my skin color, but I will work around that. I'm basically just putting on this wig cap right now. Make sure that my edges are all pushed to the back, so they're all protected by this wig cap. That's the main reason why I use a wig cap, is basically to protect my edges, because a lot of girls, when they wear these wigs, they edges be ate up, but not mine, because I know how to protect my edges. Right now I just can't forget to cut the little holes on the side of my wig cap for my ears to fit in there before we continue with putting the Gots to Be spray on there. That way this ear will be secured down, and then I can just cut away that ear and it'll just stay stuck. You'll see what I'm talking about here shortly. So now you want to take your Gots to Be spray and just spray it all over this cap, all everywhere over the front, slightly on your forehead even, because you want to get a little bit low past your hairline. You also want to get to the top and the back of the cap, and especially around the ear area, so that the cap does not come off of your ears when you cut around the perimeter. And of course, you want to blow dry the full cap to 100% completion before moving to the next step. You can just feel it right with your hand to see once it's not sticky anymore and it's hard to the touch on the cap, then you know it's okay and dry enough to move on. Next, we're gonna just use a simple powder foundation and just put that all over the front perimeter of the cap so it hides my hairline. So I basically want this wig cap to look like a bald cap. I want to look bald headed, so that under the wig where the parts show, it'll just look like scalp. And when I have this wig cap, when I cut the perimeter, I will cut it lower than my hairline so it protects my edges. So I want this to blend in really well with my natural skin color. Once the cap is fully dry, now we can cut the perimeter off the extra of this wig cap. So as you see, since I put that Gots to Be glue spray all around the perimeter and around my ears, when I cut it under my ears, the wig cap did not fly away. So that's really important. Now I'm just peeling the cap back away from my forehead a bit to where it's satisfactory to me. So of course you have to follow your own hairline shape for your own face shape, whatever looks best on you. So once you get that taken care of and how you like it, then you can go ahead and start cutting the excess off of the wig cap. I know it looks like I'm just moving really fast through these cuts, but you really want to take your time and be precise for the best results. So if you look close, you can see an area where it's lifting, where the scissors cut the wig cap. So I'm just going to use this product, Got to Be Glued spiking gel, not the water-based one. This one is better because it does not melt the work that I've put into this cap. If I use the water-based gel, then it's going to melt the cap, and then my hairline is going to start to show, which is something I do not want. So I use this spiking gel because it dries without pushing the cap back as much, and I find that to be awesome. You want to be very generous with putting this around the perimeter so that it will soften the cap down, so that you can press it down into your skin, which I will show you that shortly. Once I get the product all around the perimeter how I like it and rub it in a bit, I take this rat tail comb piece and I just press down the edges of the cap into my skin. Some of the product I just put back onto the cap to help the wig stick to that part of the cap as well. And then I just do this around the full perimeter of my head until I am satisfied. Then it is time to fully blow dry the section where I have put that Got to Be product, so that it'll be fully dry before we move on to mounting the wig into place. Alright, so your girl's wig cap is laid and slayed and ready. It's good enough, boo. So let's move on. I'm about to lay this wig down. So first what I do is just lay it into place on top of the wig cap. I do not put the clips inside the cap yet until I place the wig on my head and lay it on my hairline where I feel it looks the best. So once I figure out the best placement for me, I just push the baby hairs back out of the way so that when I'm ready to lay this lace down, they don't get in the way. And now I finally take the clips and stick them into the wig cap. You have to kind of work it in there because that wig cap is solid, it's hard. So you have to break it, have to break the surface and then stick the comb all the way in there. It has to be secure, y'all, before you move to the next step, or it'll mess up your whole placement. You'll have to start over or potentially have a big mess on your hands. So yeah, just take your time with making sure that those clips are secure inside of that wig cap before moving on to the next step. And now once you are confident that you have the wig placed right in the correct spot and it is confidently stuck inside of the cap, you want to peel the wig back to expose the cap and move the lace and baby hairs out of the way so that they do not get caught in the product. And I'm going to use the same product that I used to lay the edges of the cap, because again, it is a great product. It does not melt my work. I'm just gonna put this all around the perimeter again, just like I did before, to make sure that I cover all of the exposed cap and a portion of my forehead as well, so that the lace, when I lay it, will conceal it together, so that you will not be able to tell where the cap ends and my real skin begins. Once the full perimeter is covered with the spiking gel, you'll want to then spray it with the Got to Be spray and then rub that just to cover the full amount of product that you just laid down on top of your wig cap. And then afterwards, you just want to blow dry it. You don't want to dry it to 100%. You just want to blow dry it to the point where when you tap on it, that it's tacky and not still wet. You'll understand because it'll be slightly sticky. For this part, I had to look inside of a mirror so that I lay it correctly. Once this is laid, there's no just picking it up and moving it without making a huge mess and having to potentially clean it up So you want to be as precise as possible, as perfect as possible during this part of the process. Now, when you finally lay it to your satisfaction, you want to again brush those baby hairs out of the way so that they do not get caught inside of that product that you're using to secure the lace. And then finally, you want to use your lace melting band to lay the lace until it is fully dried, so it'll be secure for the next step. By the way, thank you so much for watching my video. If you find this entertaining or helpful, please go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you. So now that my lace is fully dry, I am removing the lace band so that I can go ahead and just take a look at the quality of the work and go ahead and start with cutting the lace. So with the lace, you want to try your best not to cut it in a straight line. So you'll see that I am cutting in a zigzag pattern all around my perimeter of the wig itself. I am not cutting the wig cap. The wig cap, you can't even see it, but it is secure right under the base of that hairline of the wig. So yeah, I am pretty proud of that. So I'm just gonna continue with cutting around the perimeter before moving on to my baby hair lane. Now the time is sped up to like 2 times the regular speed, so it just looks like I'm cutting through this lickety split, but no, it's taking a tedious amount of time. You want to take the most amount of time that is necessary to cut this lace because it has to be right. If you cut too much off, then you can tell that it's not properly installed. So you just want to cut a little at a time. You can always cut more, but you can't uncut it. So just take all the time you need and get it right. The edges of the lace lifted a little bit while I was cutting it, so I'm just spraying the hairspray on there to lay those back down really quick before I lay down my baby hairs. So this is a new lace bond adhesive spray that was suggested to me to try because I needed a travel size bottle of adhesive and they did not have the Gots to Be travel size bottle in the store, unfortunately. So I'm gonna try this one. Again, this is new to me, so I've never used it. I will leave in the comments my thoughts on that over the next few days. Now I am just putting my lace melt band back on and just making sure that I fully dry the product and make sure that the lace is fully dry before laying my baby hairs. And as you can see, if you look closely at my hairline, that lace is darker than my natural skin color, even with the cap under it. So I am going to use these baby hairs to conceal or just hide the line from that lace. Basically what I do is lay down my edges right around the perimeter of the lace itself so that the line of the edges, the curl of the edges are aligned at the bottom of the lace. And so once the edges are laid and dry, you can no longer see where the edge of the lace ends and your skin begins. You'll see what I mean shortly. Forgive me, y'all, I'm not using no comb, no little edge brush or nothing. I am not a professional. I am a straight up amateur. I don't do hair for a living. I just do my own hair to travel because it just costs so much less money then having to go to someone to twist my real hair, charge me $250, or braid my real hair, charge me $350. This way I can just do my own hair and go for about an hour and a half of work and $100 out of my pocket. You can't really beat that, but you know, over time I've come up with these different tips and tricks. So someone made a suggestion to me that I should show how I do it. Hopefully this works out for you. This will just, if anything, it proves to you that you don't need a lot of, you know, combs or brushes or gels or anything like that. I just use simple Gots to Be, and I use a brush and my fingers to sculpt out these edges around the perimeter. As you can see on the one side that's done, you can't even see the lace anymore. You can't tell that it doesn't match my skin color because it matches enough. So that's the whole point, the whole gist of it. So I hope y'all find this helpful. I actually have a love-hate relationship with edges. It took me a long time just to get the hang of styling edges and learning what product works best. For me, it's always got to be, because it just freezes it right in place after just a few moments. But I mean, I've tried gels and other like edge control products, and they always leave a residue in my wigs. I don't like any residue being left. I like my wigs being easy to clean and maintain, so I try to use the least amount of product as possible. But in a perfect world, I would prefer not to have to use the baby hairs. Some wigs I don't have to, because the lace is HD, and so it's very well concealed and I don't need edges. But for wigs like this, where the color is slightly different than my real skin tone, the edges come in handy because they conceal the wig, so that once this wig is fully installed, the average person wouldn't even be able to tell that this was a wig. It looks like someone just twisted your natural hair into a style, which is the whole point. So once I have my edges laid how I want them, as you see, it was a super simple process. I just blow dry them into place with the Gots to Be, and voila, they just stay there, baby. And that is it. That is all. Again, you cannot lace wear, baby. You can't see that lace does not match my skin tone, honey. You can't tell. That looks like my scalp, okay? And that's just how it's supposed to be. Boop boop. In here, I'm just giving y'all a closer look at these parts where you can't even tell, baby, that is not my scalp. That just looks like my scalp, because I did such a good job with that bald wig cap underneath. And those parts are so crisp. It just looks like my real hair is twisted up in the style, and I am in love with this wig. It's so lightweight, so pretty color on my skin tone. It's so versatile. I can put it in an endless amount of styles. I don't have to comb her, don't have to brush her. She can get wet in the ocean, she can get wet in the rain, wet in the pool. Don't have to worry about any matting or shedding or breakage or any of the salt damage. It's beautiful. I am so happy that I bought this, and I'm ready to go on my vacation with this wig and my twinsies wig. With this one is a dread wig, and she's just as beautiful. I love her too. So I am so excited to have these looks available. Stay tuned for the vlogs from my Miami little weekend vacation and my new swimsuits that I got from Shein. I will be showing y'all those too, so stay tuned. I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.